SeeNoLimit's coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Tackle made.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now here's Mahomes. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Mahomes firing complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. Doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
First down, New Orleans.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes being chased out left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. on second down. It's Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Mahomes now to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Not much there, only a yard. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 10-yard line.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
First quarter with the score
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. And taken right on the... Now a hit and a loose football.
On the play, recovered by the receiving team.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That one complete. He finds Sharp, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They run. This is Cohen. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Yard line, second and 9. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Will Fuller, 38 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's McCaffrey. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the Saints.
On second and 11 now. Minshew, and he whips that one incomplete there. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and the 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Minshew sets to throw. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
This is Cohen. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So how about that? You draft him in the first round back in April, hoping he'll make some plays for you. And now look at this. Instant dividends. A pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Put that ball on the mantle at home, young man.
Forbath, the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Malik Collins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
2nd down.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Set to kick off.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Minshew. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards to pick up there. A beautiful fake. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
36-yard line.
Second and 12.
Hey, my 7. Mike 57. Go, go, go. Let's 57. 57 is left. Double dog.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion. "7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They try again with Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Mahomes going to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller.
Mahomes pass.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
And it's third
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Will Fuller. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Bro, that shit glitches out my defense, bro. Like, every time.
Take a 10-point
Bro, that shit
lead.
glitches out the defense every fucking motion, bro. Like,
Well,
that shit glitches out the defense,
right
so my
away. We knew
corner
that
switch.
flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Go now. 50, plant. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Watch out, watch out, watch out. 5.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's
But he
second down.
kept bringing the safety down. Like,
It's
he
been clear in this
playing the same
matchup which
defense,
side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Second and 10, third quarter of the
Oh,
season
you're talking about
opener.
that.
Kill, kill, kill.
Off play action, it's Minshew. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's Minshew. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check 24. X3. 218, jump.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
30 base. Let's go.
Minshew, first and 10. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up second and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On second and 10, it's Minshew. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Result of the play is a turnover.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
He was at the end of all that hitting and hollering. It was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards on the play, first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A quick throw out to Lockett. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2nd and 6 from the 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jordan Reed there to make the grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game. 24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now they'll run it with Cohen. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Cohen, the ball carrier. Dante Hightower on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On the give, this is Cohen. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
16-yard line. A gain of 6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Saints, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they go down to defeat here in the opener.
It's all good.
And they will be...
Oh, man.